So a few months ago, I purchased this gorgeous Luv Ur Body cup, menstrual cup on feminine wear, and so I'm going to tell you about it. It is gorgeous, as I just said, with these pretty blue flowers. They are all raised, so it's almost like grip rings all over this cup, which I think is just super cool. This is the size 1, or I'm sorry, they do small, and I think Luv Ur Body has 3 sizes. So I purchased this off of Feminine Wear. They had just started carrying them. I think it was last fall, as I said. And yeah, so I got it. Super cute. I wanted the blue flowers on here. So just some sort of like basics on this cup. Diameter is 42 millimeters. And the height is, let me look at my notes here just a second. Yeah, 65 millimeters. So this is by far my tallest cup. And I think just this stem here, which looks like a little leaf, if you can see that, is so cute. It alone is like, I want to say 18 millimeters, something like that. And then capacity, it says for the small, is 28 milliliters, and that, I don't know if that is to the rim or to the air holes, the suction release holes there. So anyway, this cup actually has 4 suction release holes, one there, and then there and there on the other side of it. And as you can see, I wanted a cup with a little bit bigger capacity, and of course I love the flowers, and I liked kind of this bulbous, it's got, hopefully you can tell how, it comes down, it kind of rolls out right here, and then slims down to its end right there. And I just thought the stem was super cute with the little leaf on there, as I've said. This is made out of the medical grade silicone. I think it comes from Africa, and that's where it's produced. And it has 2 really prominent seams, so a seam on that side where it's been put together. And they tried to sort of like match up the design where the vine kind of goes through on that. So it's cute, yeah. And let's see, when I purchased it, so it came in a bag like this. Hopefully you can see the whole thing. If not, oops. And here's the back. It just kind of shows a little bit about the size, which, by the way, I, again, am a prime example of don't go by what the sizing says, because I have a really low cervix. I'm a woman over 40, but I have not had children. So my flow is still a little bit on the lighter side, but if I was going by this, it would say not to use it because I'm not under 30. So anyway, don't worry about this. Which also, I think it's kind of funny that it has like a height and weight chart on here too. Like that doesn't mean anything at all to, what kind of flow that we have really. So I would totally disregard that. Anyway. Inside the bag was the cup, and it was all like smushed down, and actually, I wish I had done, I don't think I did an unboxing, but it actually had like those, when you buy something, like a piece of clothing, and it has the little clear thing going through for the tag, it actually had those on it, like clipping it together like that, which I thought was just so awkward, and I just thought, oh, that's never gonna like regain its shape, but it did. So that was the cup in there smushed down. And then also it came with this really super cute bag. By the way, I never use my menstrual cup bags, but they are super cute. And it's got little beads on here. It's like thin, sort of muslin type. I mean, honestly, you could probably fit 3 or 4 cups in this bag. But it is cute. The other thing it came with, I have unfolded them all, but this giant, hopefully you can sort of see that, this leaflet that has information on it. Really, it's all just different languages. I think it's like 14 or 16 different languages. There's English on here, of course. Let me see if I can find where the English is, because I find it a bit problematic. My eyes are good for being a woman over 40, as I've said, but that is the font. So literally, I'm sitting here trying to read it like this, and I can sort of make out some words, but anybody who's going to read this is going to need a magnifying glass. But it appears to have just kind of the basic information of how to insert, how to clean, basic storage, that kind of thing. So it didn't seem like it had a whole lot of interesting information other than kind of the generic. And then it does have like the little diagram down here of how to insert. So those were the things that came with it and kind of just its basic overview. So now I'll tell you my opinion of this. It's too big for me. Too tall. I've considered cutting the little leaf off, and maybe that would help. I've considered turning it inside out. Sort of, that seems like a lot of work. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just being really lazy. But if I was turning it inside out, then all of these beautiful little flowers, this is the reason why now that I remember, all of these beautiful flowers that are awesome little grip rings, you can hear, I would have to scrub to get clean after using. That's why I chose not to turn it inside out and cut the cute little stem off. So I decided this is too pretty of a cup to damage like that, and it should go to a new home. So I am sending it on, so to speak. And yeah, so that's my biggest fault with it. I didn't have any problems with insertion or it not holding enough capacity-wise, really. I think even on my heaviest day when I wore it, when I thought, okay, this thing's really going to try and hold up, I wasn't even barely half full. So that was pretty cool after, a good solid 12 hours, which is why you want to wear a menstrual cup, right? You want to be able to keep it in for quite a few hours. On top of course, I want anyway, to not be causing all of the trash in the world and contributing to all of that and having all that toxic junk in my body, right? So yeah, it's really pretty. The downside of this cup is it was really expensive. It's like 30 pounds on a feminine wear, so with exchange rate and stuff, I think I paid about $40 for it. So $40 for 2 uses. So after the first time I wore it, I knew it's just way too long. It's not ever going to work. I did give it a second try because I really wanted it to work, but it just doesn't. It's too big. And why torture my body? And I don't want to just have it sit there and look pretty. These things are functional and they should be used, and I believe in passing things on to let somebody else enjoy them. So, as I said, it's a great cup. It's made out of medical grade silicone. Oh my gosh, really? Medical grade silicone. There, I said it. So, oh my gosh, that was so hard, right? The other thing I don't like is honestly the really prominent seam on it. I have, my other favorite cups are Maluna and Scoon, and so I don't really care. Those have really nice seams on them or not, and so this seems, more cheap to me, but other than that, I've read really good reviews of it, and they seem to hold up really well. Firmness seems on par with, my Scoon and my Maluna medium, which is the classic sort of firmness. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I like it. I wish it fit. I wish that I had a higher cervix. But life is what it is, right? So, If you've tried this cup, let me know what you think.